Hello YouTube, Rose, it's Dave here, and today we're doing our first tutorial in our programming series, or game development series, whatever you want to call it. You're going to need three things. You're going to need the game library, you're going to need Eclipse, and you are going to need the Java IDE and JRE and JDK. So this is the IDE, and I'll show you where you get them from right now. For Eclipse, you just want to go to eclipse.org, and you can type /downloads, or you can click downloads. You're going to want to get your operating system, and you're going to click the arrow. I'll download it again to show you. It downloads as a zip file. Inside the zip file you'll have a file with Eclipse in it, the application's in there. Next thing you'll need is the JRE and the JDK. So you're going to type in JDK, and here it is, and you go down here, and here are the two things you need. So we'll start with JRE, accept, and then take the exe, the application file, not the tar.gz, and then you click it and install it. And then the same with the JDK, accept, download and install it. Next you need to get the libgdx, which is the game library. So you're going to go libgdx, which is here, and you're going to hit download, latest version. Okay, and once you've got all that, you are good to begin. So we don't actually need to add this to Eclipse at the moment, because in this tutorial we're just going to be making a screen. Okay, and we're going to talk a little bit about it. Okay, so let's open Eclipse up. Okay, it will create a workspace within the documents. Now I've already started a game which isn't going to be the one that I'm going to actually show you guys. At the moment we've got our window and our main, but we're actually going to create a new Java project. I'm going to call it YouTube series. We're going to select 1.7 and hit next, and it's created it. I'm going to hit finish. Now we're going to go into this, and we're going to create a package. So we're going to go new package, and we're going to create, just call it YouTube package. I'm going to hit finish, and then inside here you're going to make a new class. Now this has to be called main with a capital M, okay, because this is where the Java does all its main reading from. So we're going to close these two because these two aren't important, and we are going to actually we're doing this one. Okay, so let me explain to you what these things mean here. This is the actual class, which is it's public, so any file you create in here can use it, and it's a class and it's called main. Okay, which is what we created, a main class. So all your code will go under here unless you're importing things, and it will come here like so. So that is the class, basically the class name. Okay, gonna put a little bit of space between that. This here is basically which package the file belongs to. Which is here. Now the reason why this is green is because Java won't read this because it's a comment. Now there's 3 types of comments. There's the double / which is a single line comment, as you can see. This bit here's code. There's this one, which is also green, and it gives you multi-line, which is green. Gives you a multi-line comment, basically. And then you have this one, which is blue, and that gives you, again, multi-line but a different colour. So I don't know what the difference is between the 2 multi-lines. Okay, so now let's talk about methods. So we talked about class and the package. Okay, so this time we're going to talk about methods now. Now a method is basically what the Java reads. So it'll go, oh, we've got a class here, and it'll read through the methods and use the code. So we're going to create our main method. So we're going to go public static void main open bracket string args, and that's our main method. Now here is where the code goes. Okay, but we're not actually going to create our window in the main method. Our main method is just going to be used to read through all the files. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to go over to here, and we are going to create a new class. I'm going to call it the window. Now in this file we're actually going to create the window. So again, this is the package the file belongs to. Class name, and the main method of the file. So in here we're going to actually go public static void window, lowercase again, string args. Okay, and in here we're going to have curly brace and that. So now window code goes here. So we're going to comment that out so that the Java doesn't read it. So to start off a window, you actually have to import something called a JFrame, and the JFrame basically gives you the frame of your application. So actually this here around the outside would be the JFrame, also known as the window obviously, but this is the JFrame that the application is running on. Okay, so let's sort out our thingamajiggy. So we've got more room to work with. There we go. Okay, but in the main Java, we're going to actually want it to print a line. So it's system.out .print ln, and then the line we want it to print is basically I'm working. So let us know that this file here is working. Now every line of code will end with a semicolon, as long as it's not a method or anything that uses curly braces. Other than that, it will end with a semicolon. So now we're going to go back in Windows, and we're going to go JFrame F equals new JFrame. Okay, and that will create the JFrame. We're going to want it, it's going to tell us to import the JFrame, like so. I don't think we need that. Yeah, we do need that. Okay, so now rather than typing JFrame the whole time, we can just type F. But up here we're going to need some variables. Now a variable is something that is used as a number, like an integer, a float, or a ball, or a boolean, or a... There's many different, but ours is going to be integers, so we're going to go public static void int. I'm sick, as you can tell. Oh, we don't need the void. That was a mistake. And we're going to call the integer height equals 800. And we're going to go public static int width equals 600. And now we're going to create the title, so we're going to go public static string has a capital title equals YouTube game. So now, rather than have to set all of like different things in here, we've got our ints, which will set the height and width, and we have our string, which will set our title for the window. So now basically we're just going to go f dot set. Oh, that's not a dot. F dot set size, and we're going to make it height, comma width. Okay, which will create the height will read this, and the width will read this, and it will make those variables no matter what you change it to. But in all fairness, I believe that that should be the height, and that should be width. I think it should be width by height, because I think it should be, yeah, it should. So we'll change that to 8, and that to 6, and we need to swap these over. Okay, so now we're going to go f dot set cursor. No, we don't need the cursor. Visible. Now this is where we're going to come to something called a boolean. A boolean is basically something that relates to true or false answer. So we're going to set this to true. Spelled it wrong. I'm going to set visible to true. F dot set title. So basically now, if we run this, we'll get a console. Got to save these. There. What's gone wrong? Oh, there we go, it worked. I had to just save that. So we're going to get the console that says I'm working. We're going to want to pin this to this side, and we're going to want to minimize that so that it pops out like this. And it says I'm working. But we don't. So that works like that. So at the moment it's working, but we're not getting the window. Oh, I know what it is. Sorry, we need to go window. Window. I forgot to do that. So now we should get our window. Like so. But as you can see, it started in the corner and it's resizable, and when you close it, it doesn't terminate the project. So what we need to do now is we need to go into the window. We need to go into here. We need to go f.set default close operation. And we need to put jframe dot exit underscore on underscore close, and then that will terminate the project when you close the window, but it's still resizable and it doesn't start in the middle of the screen. So we need to turn off resizable. So now it's just simple. It's f.set resizable, another boolean which is false, and there you go. So if you run this project now, it will still start up there. We'll sort that out in a minute, but you cannot resize it, and when you close it, it terminates the project, which you can tell because the red square goes out. So these two are both working now. So now we want to move the starting position from up here to in the middle of the screen. We can do this very, very simply. We just go under here. We need to go to frame, which is f.set location relative to null. End it. Now when you set the location relative to null, it should start in the center of the screen, like so. So now whenever someone plays your game, depending on whether your game is windowed or full screen, they will get the window in the middle of the screen. So it won't start up here, it'll start here, obviously. Again, you can't resize it, and you will close it, exit it on close. So that is our window built. That is our window file, and it is called in our main. And as you can see, when we hit it, our main's working because it says I'm working. It lets you know it's working. So that is it, guys. That is it for this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed, and I shall see you in episode 2 when we start trying to draw some pixels or sort out our window a little bit more. I haven't decided yet. We could draw a few pixels to it, I think. But thanks for watching, guys, and I shall see you in the next tutorial. Please rate, comment and subscribe. Any questions, comment, and I will answer them however I can. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you soon.